Hello everybody, welcome to another beautiful video. In this video, we're going to be looking at the midweek analysis, how we anticipate the prices to keep on playing out for the rest of the week, and how we can take advantage of those moves. So if that sounds interesting to you, please do stick with us until the end. Don't forget to like this video, share with a few friends that you believe will find value in it, and let's get into the video. So we're going to start off with JPYX. Obviously, we can see it's still in a ranging market. Prices are losing momentum as the days move on. Like since this beginning of the week, these are the only three candles that have formed. And we can clearly see like it doesn't really have that much more. Like the momentum since the week opened, it's very, very weak. And prices are clearly on a support structure. So that means the bears don't have the momentum to push prices any lower. So that means we need to be anticipating to see prices bounce off this structure and create higher highs. All right. So obviously we can see here prices tried to create a higher high today. And then prices came back below it, making it a false breakout, and then started to push lower. But obviously we can see the bearish candles are still very, very weak, as they have very, very long wicks. That indicates they're very weak. They don't have that much momentum. So an example of a strong bearish candle is this one right here. You can see its body is strong, big, and long. This one right here, on the other hand, you can see the bodies are very small and the wicks are very long. So this implies the bears don't really have much momentum in this market scenario right here. So obviously I'm going to stick with my bullish bias, anticipating to see prices push higher, with my first targets being somewhere right here. I won't be aiming for this high because prices have ranged for a very long time and they have just broken out of this ending diagonal pattern. So should prices take off, this will be the most likely target for prices to push towards, right? So this will imply that prices on USD JPY, they'll be dropping. Obviously we can see right now prices are very bullish due to the US dollar influence. So we'll be getting back to this one. Talking about the other JPY pairs, we can see EURJPY. We are going to be anticipating to see prices push lower as the JPYX pushes higher, and prices on here have already started to turn bearish. As you can see, prices we are creating these higher highs and higher lows, and then prices broke below the most recent low, creating a lower low and then creating a lower high. That means the trend, this internal trend, has already started to turn bearish. But for us to take a very safe trade, we'll have to wait to see prices break below this low. That's when you can take the trade, because currently you can see even the moves are having very long wicks. So it's very easy for you to get stopped out of a trade like here, because the direction still isn't impulsive on the JPYX. So until then, prices will just be in this some kind of range. As you can see here, prices are in a range, no doubt. This sideways range. You don't want to trade ranges, you want to trade trending markets. So unless you're a scalper, I'd stay away from this one. CAD JPY, obviously same as EURJPY. We'll be looking for bearish trades on this one. However, the trend is still bullish here. So we are not really going to be taking any trade until prices push past this low right here. So if the JPYX takes off, the move on this CAD JPY that we'll be focusing on will be this kind of move, with that being our first target and this being our final target. But currently we can see prices on this price action is clearly indicating that prices are still in this bullish trend. And this is happening because you can see the difference between the EURJPY, prices are ranging, and CAD JPY prices are bullish. This is because of the US dollar influence. Obviously, we understand that significantly when the prices of the US dollar rise, the CAD is also affected in a small way, right? And that is why sometimes even when we have high impact news like the NFP, CPI on the US dollar, you can see we have small impacts on the Canadian dollars too. So that's the reason why we see prices are still kind of bullish in this pair, but it's due to the US dollar influence. So speaking of the US dollar, how is it still going to be bullish so that we can actually look for other trading opportunities on pairs like CAD JPY, or what's going on with it? So here's the CAD, the DXY index, or as people like to refer to, the US dollar, the almighty one. I'm just playing. So check it out. So the US dollar, no doubt, has been in a strong bullish trend since mid-July. You can see here this trend began at mid-July, about 15th, 14th right there. That's when the trend began. And we are actually anticipating to see prices push until they hit where this trend began, actually somewhere up there. However, since prices have obviously just been very impulsive, no retracements, we are anticipating to see once prices reach here, give us some kind of a retracement until somewhere here, and then finish this final move before it actually gives us that major, correction move. So that's my actually short-term view on DXY, on how I anticipate prices to play out. So I'll anticipate prices to retest this high, finish this impulsive move on this high here, and then retrace all the way to somewhere back down here before we continue again with this impulsive move. Because there is no doubt, with this momentum, with this much trend, and with the fundamentals that are going on around there, out there, the US dollar is gaining strength. That's no doubt. So the US dollar overall still very much in a bullish trend. But however, in this short term, we're going to anticipate to see prices, once they reach here, give us this minor retracement on this most recent broken high, and then give us that final impulsive move, and then retrace to all the way somewhere down here. And then from here, that's when we're going to be looking for this crazy impulsive move on the DXY until somewhere up there. So this is just my short-term view on the DXY. So how will it be affecting other currency pairs? As I've already spoken, USD JPY obviously is influenced by the JPYX and the US dollar. So here I'll be anticipating, while prices are falling on the US dollar and rising on the JPYX, prices will start dropping until somewhere here on this structure, where we'll be looking for that continuation as we are on the DXY. And then on EURUSD, obviously EURUSD is inversely correlated to DXY, and as we can see it right here, prices have been very bearish in the recent times. So as we can see, prices have actually approached this support structure somewhere down here. So we are going to anticipate to see some kind of a rejection for prices to retrace until possibly somewhere here, if we're going to anticipate it to move in actual correlation to the DXY, a little bit of retracement to this high, and then a continuation to somewhere here, and then that major retracement to that, and then we look for that continuation for prices to pump until somewhere down here. So this is the move that I'm anticipating to see EURUSD play out in this near future. Obviously, we are always guided by price action. So just because I've analyzed the market and said this is how it's going to play out, it doesn't mean that's how it's going to play out. You obviously have to follow price. For instance, should we see right now prices break below here and then give us a retest, I'm not going to say I'm still looking for this bearish move, this bullish move. I'm obviously going to understand, okay, prices were crazy bearish, broke this structure, gave us a retest. Now we have to look for that continuation, right? So it's always about how prices move. I can't say that enough. Always look at how prices move. Don't predict the market, anticipate it, and then follow what the price is doing. Should it keep on being bearish, we are going to be bearish. If it shows us a reversal confirmation here, we are going to be bullish. So we just anticipate the market and then follow what it's doing. GBP USD. So we are going to anticipate to see prices kind of push all the way until somewhere here before we see that kind of retracement. So that to retrace to that low before we see that continuation of that finish of that bearish impulsive move. So that's just my view on it. And then we have a final US gold. So I know some people are actually waiting for this. So we can actually see on the daily, prices have just broken below this okay double top pattern. The neckline right here, prices broke below that, and you can see the bearish momentum is still crazy hot. Like prices are going down, having no mercy. Crazy bearish. So obviously, we'll be looking for retracement on the neckline before we see that continuation for prices to finish this bearish move all the way until somewhere here. So that's the move I'm anticipating to see on gold. So that's my view on the market for this coming week or for the rest of the week. Obviously, you can see this crazy bearish momentum. We might see prices just break below here and then continue being bearish. As I said, we don't predict the market, we anticipate it and then follow what prices are doing. So should prices break below here with this bearish momentum, we're going to be looking for a retest and then a continuation. Should prices be rejected and close back above, we're going to be looking for that rejection and then look for a continuation on that resistance structure to push all the way until somewhere down here. So that's my view. That's what I'm anticipating for prices to play out for the rest of this week. If you found value in this video, please consider giving us a like, share this video with a few friends that you believe will find value in it. Join our free Telegram discussion group that's linked in the bio. Without further ado, take it easy out there. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.